I'm coming straight in with a question.
Wow, this is sort of old school vibes.
Straight in.
Old school. Go, Patty.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Do you think anyone has lived long enough to buy a second bottle of Worcestershire sauce?
Yes, because I am that person.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
You have made your way through a bottle.
Oh, more than a bottle, mate. Probably.
What?
Yeah, because I put it into a particular recipe that I like.
What recipe is that?
So, in the winter months.
I mean, we don't need a lot of detail.
I'm going to give it to you. So shut the fuck up.
Need to know what the recipe is, mate.
Right.
Is it some kind of stew?
In the winter months.
Oh, God. Sorry, guys. Turn it down for about 35 to 38 seconds and then bring us back in.
In the winter months.
Yeah.
I like to make a cottage pie. And into said cottage pie goes Worcestershire sauce.
This is a classic version of a backstory from you. What recipe do you put it in?
In the winter
You gave
months.
me the convoluted version.
It's not convoluted. It's important information that the listeners require and love.
I love a cottage pie.
I tell you, Pats, right?
I put Worcestershire sauce in mine.
Worcestershire sauce.
Yeah, I put it in mine.
Yeah, but do you put enough? Mate, I literally probably put in like half a bottle.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, really heavy on the Worcestershire sauce.
Right, so that's why, because you make 2 cottage pies, that's your bottle done.
Exactly. So that's why I go through
That's
a lot.
why you go through it.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
well, we've currently got a good thigh marinade that we use Worcestershire sauce in, so maybe we will.
A thigh marinade?
Chicken thigh marinade.
Oh,
because
wow.
Chicken thighs are a very good
source of protein, and you are all about the gains.
Better than chicken breasts. Skinless, boneless chicken thighs are one of the best forms of protein in the chicken world that you can eat.
Oh, why is that then?
I don't know. I mean, meat
nearer to the bone.
I don't know, but also they've got better flavour.
So you marinate your thighs.
We've got a very nice chicken thigh marinade
that contains Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire sauce, yeah.
Well, just chuck a load more in it, mate. We
do it with a little homemade egg fried rice. Anyway, how's your week been? How was your weekend? You had family arrive. How's it been?
So I've had.
Do any of them listen?
Oh, Maya. My niece Maya.
Oh, we can't then say how it's really been,
She's
can
been
we?
Annoying, to be honest.
Yeah,
she has. Yeah. Oh, actually, we had Maya and her mum, Lila.
Oh, right, great.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't need to know all this detail. Just you had family arrive. How's it been?
Well, it's been lovely, actually. It's been.
Good.
And do you know what we had yesterday morning? Which Lila
cottage pie, cottage pie with a load of Worcestershire.
No, because it's not the winter months, is it?
That's true. That's true.
So Lila, as a gift to us for hosting her for the weekend, she brought us a waffle maker. Yeah.
They are so cool.
Well, and she also brought us a ready-made waffle mix. Like the powdery mix. So we had to add like shit to it, but well, actually not shit, it's just water and butter. But these Norwegian waffles are the best waffles I've ever had.
Wow.
Because I find sometimes with a waffle, they're a bit too doughy.
I love a waffle, me. I love a waffle.
Next time you're round my way, Patty, round my way, I will make you these.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. They were so delicious. And do you know what they have on them? This is a very Norwegian topping.
What?
Jam and sour cream.
Oh,
yes.
I bet that's lovely, actually.
Hello.
I bet that is delicious.
Yeah. They also have, which is something that they brought with them, brown cheese, which sounds actually quite disgusting. But
it's nice.
And they have those on them as well. So you put jam and the brown cheese. Tell you what, honestly, it was seriously good. So we had those yesterday morning. Vøffele. That's Norwegian for waffle.
What? What is it?
Vøffele.
Vøffele.
Oh, sounds quite nice, doesn't it?
Well, I'm pleased you've got the waffle maker.
Yes, I will make you some next time you come round. I'll make you some Norwegian vøffele.
Well, I think your mix will probably be gone by then, won't it?
No, because Benjamin, Maya's fiance, he's coming this week, and we've put an order in to bring
some
more.
Right.
For to bring more.
For to bring more.
And they also come with shit tons of Norwegian chocolate, which I absolutely love. You also would love it because you love a Milka, don't you?
I've had it. I've had the Norwegian. Yes.
Have you had hazelnøddemelkechokolade?
Yes. Yes. Could you say it like that all the time?
She also brought this time frugt nød.
Fruit and nut.
Yes. I am fluent in Norwegian, I tell you.
Well, not fluent, really.
I tell you I am.
You could ask for a waffle with some fruit and nut.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you couldn't even say, can I have a? You could just say waffle, fruit and nut. You wouldn't be able to do the linking words at all.
Vifle frugt nød.
This actually reminds me of a funny story that Dad told again at the weekend. So I went to Bournemouth to see the in-laws.
Oh yeah, you went to the old Borneo, didn't you?
And Mal was playing at the bandstand in Bournemouth.
Classic.
So Saturday night, Mal came to the in-laws for a meal. Anyway, Dad told this story is so funny. When Mum and Dad lived in Germany, Mum worked in the NAFI, which was an all English kind of speaking, place, like a shop, and it had loads of different things within it on the RAF base when they lived in Germany. And there was one woman there, and lots of the Germans would come to work in the NAFI to better their English.
Yes, good.
So this one woman had come back from being in the UK. This one German woman had come back from being in the UK and was back working in the NAFI. And she told Mum about this one other German woman that was working in this British cafe with her in Brighton. So she'd had this really awful day, this poor woman. She'd had this awful day. This guy came in and said, I'd like the shepherd's pie, please. So she went out to the chef, who'd also had a bit of a shit day, and said, tell him we've got no shepherd's fucking pie. So this German girl thought that it was like part of on like, so she comes out and says to this customer, we've got no shepherd's fucking pie. We should give an update on the open water swim.
We should really, Pats, because I feel like we are letting people down yet again.
We are. We really are.
And the reasonings for it, guys, I'm afraid, is purely time-based.
It's time-based.
The weekend we were going to do it, Patty ended up going to Derby.
Yeah.
This weekend, as we just discussed, I've got family staying, so it's just not been possible. Then I'm afraid we are actually going to be on holiday.
Yeah. We're looking at July now.
2025.
The next time Ange needs to change her Worcestershire sauce, that is when we'll be doing
That's when we'll do a dip. Yeah.
Last week's car rep actually went down like a storm.
It did.
Didn't it?
Yeah.
Lots and lots and lots of people messaged to say how much they loved it.
I mean, I loved it.
Oh, I thought it was brilliant.
Because I think sometimes when you're doing things like a podcast, and you have to sort of get in the right headspace, don't you? You have to think, okay, especially for us, we've done our day jobs. We come out, you've got to switch your brain into a different mode. You've got to make sure you've prepped, you make sure you're ready. Whereas that just felt like completely off the cuff.
Yeah.
Like, we chatted away in that car.
Yeah.
Like we would chat at any other point in the day.
Yeah, totes.
And I just... But
people were messaging saying that they found it funnier than some of the other episodes we've done.
I know, and that's what I mean. I think there is something about, like, just
dicking
around.
Yeah. Yeah, that went down. And there's some big news tonight, isn't there, Ange?
Is there?
You have got some big news to bring the listeners.
Hey?
I can't believe you've forgotten this.
What big news have I got to share?
You have got some. You are back in the Instagram.
Yes.
This is massive fucking news, mate.
Yeah, I'd totally forgotten about it.
After our backing and forthing about the username and the password, and this was the username, and that was the password, and all the messages today.
Yes, back in, gang, and I have
back in.
I have responded to all messages. I have let everyone know I am back. Normal service has resumed.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm back. I'm back in the FTF Instagram, boys and girls.
Yeah, she's back, bitches.
Yes,
she
big
is back,
news
bitches.
that I actually forgot about.
I saw a very good, Very British Problems last night. It says, as we near bedtime, remember that some people will have stripped their beds earlier today and forgotten all about it. I really feel for them.
I've done that so many times.
That is the worst, isn't it? That gets on my tits.
Oh.
When you do it and you think, it's going to be so nice and I'm going to fresh into bed, and then you go upstairs to bed at like 11:30 and you're like, fuck.
Why did I choose to do that today?
Sometimes I contemplate just putting the sheet on and leaving the pillowcase.
Ian would do that. Ian has done that. And I go up and I'm like, this is disgusting. This is actually disgusting, Ian. Get out.
I am Team Ian. Just put the sheet on.
That's because you too are disgusting.
Some nights when that's happened, I'm like, holy shit, I'm not. It's dicking around with the duvet.
The duvet's the worst part.
God. Why have we not invented a better way to put a duvet cover on a duvet? You know, you can actually create people's voices in AI now and pretend you're somebody else via AI, but we still have to dick around with getting the two corners in the right two corners and shaking it. And oh my God.
I also hate it as well. I mean, the duvet is definitely the worst part, but sometimes when you're trying to put those fitted sheets on, if you've got a particularly deep mattress. Oh my God. The amount of times I've
sweat.
Yes. Sweating, I've broken a nail, I've stubbed my toe on the corner. Your whole thing, you're like, what the fuck am I doing? Why have I not got someone that's come round and done this for me?
Well, we do, Mark.
But she can't do the sheets. Or the duvet for that matter.
Oh, she does at our house.
No, she can't.
Oh, it's because you've got a Super King.
We've got big beds.
Yeah, you've got a bloody Super King. That's why.
Yeah, no, but even the sheets on like just a double bed, she can't do them.
Oh, that's outrageous.
Yes.
That is outrageous.
And then she'll just say to me before she's leaving, don't forget, Ange, you've got to do the sheet and the duvet. Great, thanks, Margs. Brilliant.
Oh, so she's only done the pillows?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the easiest bit, Margs. Bloody hell.
Yeah, having a right bloody laugh, she is. Bloody laugh.
Anyway, I just saw that as I was getting into bed last night, and it really made me laugh because I thought, the amount of times I've forgotten that the bedding needs to go on. Yeah. Oh my God.
I actually saw a great VBP.
Oh yeah.
And when you started saying yours, I thought, oh no, what if it's going to be the same? But it's not. Brilliant.
Great.
One of the funniest things about Britain is you can go into a shop to speak to someone behind the counter about your post, and they'll say, this isn't the post office. This is the shop. Hang on. Then they'll take one step to the side and say, right, how can I help you?
That is so true. That is so true.
What is that about?
Do you know what's also even more annoying about that is when you have to buy an envelope?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So if you have to buy like a Jiffy bag, you have to
buy
it at the shop. Yeah. So you get to the you think, no, I know you're not the post office. So you get to the post office counter. You say, I need to post this, please. I just need to buy the Jiffy bag. Oh no,
you need to do the shop.
Oh, so we all have to step to the right, pay for it, step back to the left. Right, I'd like to. You've stuffed it in the Jiffy bag. Right, I'd like to post this now, please.
Yes.
Why can't the post office just sell the Jiffy bags and envelopes? What?
You know, I've never really. I mean, I have had that whole interaction where you go.
You've never really thought about it.
No, I've never really thought.
Oh, it's so annoying.
Okay, this side is shop. I'll get my envelope, and then I'll go to the other side of the shop, and I can actually physically post it. Urban Dictionary. Urban Dictionary. Urban Dictionary. Urban Dictionary.
I have got an urban. I've actually got a couple of urbans.
Have you?
So this first one that I found is Millennial Grey.
Millennial Grey. Is it someone who's like chosen to go that sort of silvery grey hair colour?
Okay, you're not far off actually.
Yeah.
It says Millennial Grey, the sad, depressive hue of the colour grey which many millennials coat their life in. The colour reflects how millennials went from nonsense happiness looking at Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon in the 90s to inflation and depression in the early 2020s. dude, you really painted your room that you're renting with 5 other people, Millennial Grey. It really shows how old you are. Now this, I've never thought of this before, but grey for millennials in house terms is fucking massive.
What do you mean?
Like, you think about, like, this isn't slagging them off in any way, but like Stacey Solomon, Mrs. Hinch, like that coat of that colour grey that the whole of Mrs. Hinch
in. Yeah.
is it like millennial?
Yeah, that is very
should
true.
Actually be a Farrow and Ball
it
colour.
Should be. They need to name it that. Millennial Grey. Yeah.
Because so many of us got so deep into grey into the early like 2000s. Into like the mid when we were all buying houses, it was like, I want a grey lamp, I want grey hues, I want like a grey sofa. Millennial Grey, I just found that and I instantly thought about Mrs. Hinch.
That's a whole like breed of people.
It's a whole breed of people.
Millennial Greys.
Okay, the second one is slurp.
Slurp.
Yeah. Spelled SLERP.
Oh,
slurp.
SLERP. What? I mean, is it something to do with like the way you drink something?
No, it's to drool in your sleep. To generate exceptionally long drops of spit connecting to the corner of your mouth.
Oh no, I hate
the
that.
Around your
oh no, I actually really that has happened to me a couple of times recently, and I actually find I'm repulsed by myself.
You're like,
that is disgusting. I hate that when you wake up.
Roll over, or when you roll over and you feel the cold of your spit.
No. That actually is really gross. Slurp. Oh no.
It does happen to the best of us though.
But you know what? I actually think this is something that's happening to me more.
As you're getting older. Yeah.
Do you think that is
I think that is probably true, yeah.
Like, but is it because like everything's just sort of
more
relaxing? Yeah.
Yeah. You'll be shitting yourself in bed before you know it. Slurp will be the least of your fucking problems, mate.
It is though, isn't it? I actually do worry that it is becoming more of an occurrence for me.
But when you roll over and it's cold and you're like, and then you're like, oh God, that is saliva. The worst is when you're ill.
What, when you've got slurp and you've been poorly?
Well, just because I think you breathe with your mouth open more.
It smells more as well, doesn't it?
Oh, stinks.
Yes.
Stinks, mate. Absolutely stinks. I mean, tonsillitis breath is disgusting, isn't it?
No, actually, no.
No, you can't talk about
that's actually no. Oh, I don't normally react to things like this, but this is actually really getting to me today. I don't know why.
It really is.
I don't know why. Why is this really?
But it's really like you're gonna give us a in a minute.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. No.
Okay, now this third one is, I think, the funniest. I've got to be careful because my boss Dwayne listens to this.
Right, okay, yeah.
But it's called pretendance.
Pretendance. Is it when you're like pretending to be at work but you're not really at work?
Not necessarily at work, but it says signing into an online meeting in order to appear in attendance and engaged when in fact you're doing other things. Rick had perfect pretendance at the weekly sales meeting this month.
I don't know if many of my colleagues listen.
Right.
But fuck it if they do.
Fuck it.
I do that a lot.
Yeah.
A lot more.
Especially if you can have your
Yes.
Especially if you can have your camera off.
Yeah. Although, do you know what? The other day, one of our team meetings, everyone is camera on because it's like our only sort of weekly meeting that we all together at.
Right.
And one of my colleagues, literally 10 minutes into the meeting, got up, put her phone, situated her laptop or whatever in a particular place, and started doing her ironing.
What?
Yep. Blatant ironing.
Do you think she thought her camera was off?
No, because I actually said, "Oh, that's really nice you're ironing." She went, I was like, this is just a little bit weird. She went, Yeah, I do get a bit bored in these. Not bored, no. She says something about, I find it hard to concentrate in these online meetings. So I find if I'm doing something else, it helps me to focus. You just sort of think, oh, wow, okay.
Wow. Yeah. She's not even pretending.
No. She's just... I'm ironing. I've got ironing to do. This is an hour long. It's not really that interesting. I'll just do the ironing at the same time. But then I'm like, well, actually, do you know what? Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
You're still there.
You know, in that meeting, she probably spoke for all of 5 to 10 minutes just because of the nature of the meeting. Well,
right.
You've got 50 minutes there. You think, I mean, why the fuck you're ironing? I don't know, but why you've chosen ironing. We've also had it before. We've had people just sort of doing art. It's a very free environment.
You also had your boss make a bacon sandwich.
A bacon sarnie.
That was hilarious. When you told that story, that was absolutely hilarious.
And again, leaves the camera on. You can see him just wandering around his kitchen. Just go get the bacon from the fridge, get the butter, or just pop that in the frying pan, shove the bacon in it. It's just the whole thing is visible that he is making himself a bacon sandwich whilst on a call.
Well, I wouldn't get away with that at my work, but I do. And we are very big camera on people, like massive camera on people where I work. Every single time your camera's on, there's an expectation your camera's on. But when it's a massive meeting and there's too many people and you can't see who's got their camera on and who hasn't, over 50 people on it, I'll turn mine off and be like, brilliant. I am in pretendance mode. I'm sat here. I've got my headphones in. I'm listening. I'm not really. I'm sort of scrolling my phone. I'm doing other things that I need to with work. I am well and truly in pretendance mode.
I mean, I was going to say, Pat, would you ever think about ironing? But that is never going to happen.
The worst, though, is when you're in a meeting and perhaps it's not very big, but people have got their... So if I go into a meeting and everyone's got their cameras off, I'll just turn mine off. I'll be like, right, okay, this is the vibe of the meeting. I'm not going to make people... And the worst is when you're in pretendance and somebody says, wasn't that what you said, Ruth? And you're like, oh, shit, what? Oh, my God. And you have to sort of take a moment to think, I actually wasn't listening to you, Janet. I don't know what I've said and what I haven't.
See, that's where I can't really be in pretendance mode.
No, because I can pick up quite quickly. Things.
Yeah.
So I would just be like, "Oh yeah, just let me double check that. Hang on a second. What was it you said again? Oh yes. I'll just go onto the system and double check, and we'll then." But yeah, I mean, you can get caught out if you're in pretendance mode.
Yeah.
And your camera's off, and somebody says, "Could you just give us that again, Ruth?" What? I don't know. What.
Or they'll go, "Sorry, Ange, you still there?" Nothing. Silence.
Right, you've got a dickish behaviour, I do believe.
Right. Now, this dickish behaviour came in from one of our OGs.
Okay.
Lucy loves Rich.
Okay.
Luce, actually, she comes with a lot of good shit, Luce.
She does.
I do really, she's definitely up with Queen Levine, in my opinion.
Right.
You obviously don't agree.
Sorry, I was actually very much in pretendance.
You've done that on our podcast. You've totally...
Do you know what, though? You've only got yourself to blame because you give so much shitty backstory.
Right.
Sometimes I'm like, I don't need to listen.
Right, well, that's just made you look like a prick, hasn't it? Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I think she's up there with Levine. Yes. I did hear what you said. I did hear what you said. I do think Lucy Loves Rich is up there with Queen Levine.
She really is. Now you're back
so
in the room. You're back in the room now.
I did
Bloody
hear what
hell.
you said.
What an absolute piece of shit.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Right, so Lucy Loves Rich sent in this. Are people who eat a pizza with a knife and fork always a dick?
No, because I do.
What, always? You don't just pick up a slice and ram it in your mouth?
Now it depends.
Right,
It depends on the pizza that I'm eating.
Okay, so what? If you've ordered Domino's,
I'll eat it with my fingers.
Right. But if you've brought and cooked a pizza yourself...
No. I'll eat it with my fingers. If I'm in Pizza Express, where I get the Romana base, which is very thin, I will often use a knife and fork.
So it's all about the base. Or, Meghan
it's
Trainor.
all about that base. About that base.
No forks.
I can
make
all
up
about
a little ditty.
Oh,
to
yeah.
that,
Do it for next week. Do a little ditty.
Week? Yeah, a little...
It's all about the base for me.
Right. So if the base is thin and floppy...
I need a knife and fork because it's too difficult. It's too hard to, In fact, actually, I take that back. The only place I eat a pizza with a knife and fork is in Pizza Express. Now I really want pizza, which is not good for the gains. I mean, it's good for different sorts of gains, but it's not good for the protein base. Yeah, I could smash the granny out of a pizza.
Actually, whole fingers, hands straight in.
Oh, the whole lot straight in. Bam.
Yeah.
Yeah, no dicking around, mate.
Don't you love like a Domino's pizza or Pizza Hut? I don't actually rate that much.
I love Pizza Hut.
Do you?
Yeah, no, I love the deep pan meat feast from Pizza Hut is
actually. Do you know what deep pan Pizza Hut pizza is good? Actually,
well, their deep pan meat feast is so good.
But don't you love it when you can get a piece and you can kind of you can kind of put it in half? Do you know what I mean? Like So you get your piece of pizza.
Oh, yeah, and you fold it lengthways.
Bang, in.
Bang, in.
Like 3 massive mouthfuls. Bang, bang, bang.
Love it.
Gone.
Love
I am in heaven.
Gone.
I am living. I just don't give a shit about anything else in my life. Same.
I'm really salivating.
When was the last time you had like a really dirty pizza?
Oh, so the last pizza I had was for my birthday, which wasn't really a dirty one.
No,
it wasn't a Pizza Express.
Yeah.
I can't tell you the last time I had a takeaway pizza. No, I couldn't tell you.
I really want one.
I mean, I'm going to probably go back as far as January.
Really?
Jan or Feb, yeah.
Bloody hell, Pats.
Yeah, mate, it's different sort of gains, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't want those sort of gains in my life at the moment.
Now you're all about marinating thighs.
Now I'm putting my thighs on to marinade.
Yeah, I'm making my own egg fried rice.
Yeah, that's it, mate.
No pizzas going on here, mate.
That is it.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, you've kind of like given me actually quite a good answer there to that. I was thinking, because everyone who eats it with a knife and fork, you're a dick. But actually, you're not, because it is all about that base.
It's all about the base, because I think if you've got a very thin, floppy base, that's hard. Like the Romana base in Pizza Express is hard to pick up. It's hard.
Base. I don't think I've ever had a Romana base.
I love the Romana. I'd pick that over the classic any day of the week. But you can't really pick, that is a difficult one to eat picking up because you've got your toppings and that weighs it down and yada, 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 yada. But yes, anybody who's saying I'm getting a Domino's and I'm going to sit and eat it with a knife and fork, Dickish.
You've got massive problems if you do
Dickish.
that. Yeah. That should be straight, hands in, mouth gone.
I wonder about people who order like McDonald's and eat that with a knife and fork at their house. This is a poll. This is a poll
that we actually need to do.
You're back in now, Angie. This is all resting on your shoulders.
Okay, poll. No one's going to be doing that.
Do you ever eat McDonald's with a knife and fork?
No.
I don't know. I reckon. What about Nando's?
Yeah, but that's totally different.
No, I wouldn't eat a Nando's. The only thing I'd get a fork out for, if I had a corn on the cob, I would not eat a Nando's with a knife and fork. I'd eat my chips with my hands. I'd eat my pita with my hands. I'd eat my corn with my hands.
Yeah, I know, but a Nando's is a different. It's a restaurant, isn't it? I mean, I know McDonald's is kind of a restaurant, but it's not really, is it?
No,
it's just a fast food joint. Yeah, whereas your Nando's is a restaurant where you're going to sit down potentially and enjoy the process. McDonald's is literally in out.
I wonder whether there are people that when they have it delivered to their house, they eat it with a knife and fork. I wouldn't be surprised, Andrea. I would not be surprised.
Well, let's poll it then.
Let's poll it. Let's poll it. Hey, that could be like a good tagline.
Yeah.
So there we go. That's the end. We've whistled towards the end of another episode.
Yeah, straight. There we go, Pat's in the bag. Bosh, done.
And next week, we have got none other than TikTok comedy sensation, Chloe Kent.
Woohoo!
joining us. So we will put a box up over the weekend if you've got any questions for Chloe. Obviously, you can message us. You can, you don't need to wait for those boxes. If you've got any messages for Chloe, we're gonna. For those that don't know, Chloe does lots and lots of comedy. Some of her stuff is just absolutely hilarious. But she's also talks a lot about the death of her mum. So her mum died when, relatively recently, and she talks a lot about grief and anxiety and stuff like that. So there's loads of conversations we can dig into with Chloe. So I'm really excited about that.
I'm really intrigued to know what gets on her tits.
Oh, me too. She'll have a great set of tits.
Oh, well, I mean, she has.
She's got a great
set of tits, yeah.
Remember, there's loads of ways you can get in touch with Ange and I. You can find us both on Instagram. I'm at Ruth_Corden. She's at Ange Corden.
You can find the podcast on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. Just search Finding the Funny Podcast.
Or you can send us an email, findingthefunnypodcast@gmail.com. But Ange and I will be back next week helping you to find more of the funny.